An interesting new Nintendo survey surfaced, and shockingly, no one is talking about it. But today we're diving deep to uncover what this could mean for the highly anticipated Switch 2. And I absolutely detest wasting time, so let's get right into it. Now, as far as I am aware, I am the first one to be talking about this survey. However, if you do know of another YouTuber that has already talked about this, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Although I haven't seen anybody, it doesn't mean nobody truly talked about it, you know what I mean? Anyways, going back to the topic, the other day I was on a small out-of-province trip with my parents and we decided to go eat at Boston Pizza. But despite being called Boston Pizza, it's actually just a Canadian thing, I think. We have around 400 locations here in Canada, however in the States, there's only close to around 30 locations and they go by Boston's The Gourmet Pizza, which is weird but also beside the point. After ordering my food, I noticed that there was a little tent card on the table, and the card had a photo of Mario and a Switch on it. I wish I took a photo, but I didn't, so oh well. Basically, Nintendo has partnered up with Boston Pizza to give away a couple Switches and a couple of games and stuff. Even though I already have 2 Switches, I thought, you know what, why not? I'll put my name in. So, I took out my phone, I scanned the card, and I went to the website to enter the contest. But once I got to the website, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a little odd. I took a screenshot of every single thing on this website, so let's go over it right now. So first we see the header, it just says you can win a Nintendo Switch prize pack, nothing special, let's keep going. Once you keep scrolling, you have a little bit more details of what you win. They'll be giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED model with the 3 games you can see right there, so Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Princess Peach Showtime, and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. But this next section is where it gets interesting. If this was just a simple normal contest, all you would need is this screen right here. However, that's not the full story because if you keep scrolling down, you are greeted by a couple of survey questions that we are going to go over right now. The first question is, how did you hear about the Nintendo Switch system? And you have 4 options. The options are, I do not own a system, but I heard about it through this contest. The other is, I do not own a system, but I heard about it online. The next option is, I do not own a system, but I heard it through friends and family. And the 4th option is, I currently own a system. The next question is, which game would you like to get next for yourself? And the way I'm interpreting this question is that they're asking which game would you like to get next outside of this contest. If you had the money for it and you had a Switch, which of these 3 games are you purchasing next? And of course, your options are Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Princess Peach Showtime, and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, the 3 games that are being given away in this contest. The next question on the survey is, how would you best describe your ethnic background or race? Please select all that apply. I'm not going to bother reading through all of them. You know what it means. The last question was just, have you visited a Boston Pizza in the last month? Which, no, I hadn't. But that's just a toss-away question. But what's really interesting is when you click Contest and Rules. Now, I'm not going to waste time reading through all of it, so I'm just going to tell you the highlights and we'll discuss my conclusion after. The first interesting part is Section 1, the Contest Administration. It says that the contest is administered and operated by Boston Pizza International, and also in Section 3, the contest period, saying that the contest will commence on Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024, and will conclude on Monday, September 30th, 2024. And then the next interesting part is on page 4, but specifically it's section 11 where it says, by entering any part of the contest, each entrant consents to the contest operator and its parent companies, subsidiaries, affiliates, and agencies collecting and using the information an entrant provides on the contest entry. And finally, section 14 where it says Nintendo is not a sponsor, co-sponsor, or administrator of this contest. Now, I know that was a lot, but let's break it down. But before breaking it down, I have one quick thing to say. If this is your first time here, hey, my name's Acadrien and I post weekly Nintendo videos, just like these. So if you've made it this far and it's something you enjoy, I would greatly appreciate it if you would simply consider to like and subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's go right back into the video. Now, how does all of this tie together and go back to the Switch 2 as I originally hinted at the beginning of this video? First, we need to pay attention to the wording. So as I mentioned in section 14, Nintendo is not a sponsor, co-sponsor, or administrator of this contest. Although they kind of make it sound as though Nintendo has nothing to do with this contest, I think we can all agree that Boston Pizza probably doesn't care about if you know what a Nintendo Switch is, let alone how you found out what it was. But this is a partnership, and the difference between a sponsorship and a partnership is that in a partnership, both parties typically have an equal level of control and are jointly responsible for the success of the venture. Whereas in a sponsorship, one party provides a financial or other support to another party in exchange for the opportunity to promote their product or service. So based off of those definitions, this is my educated guess on what's happening, is that Boston Pizza knows how popular the Switch is, and they would like to offer a giveaway to their customers. The only way you can enter this contest is by going in the restaurant, meaning they can pull in business. So they most likely did reach out to Nintendo so they could give away these prizes, and Nintendo's condition was most likely that they had to put this survey attached. And then the data collected from this survey can be given back to Nintendo so they can use for marketing. Or alternatively, Nintendo reached out to Boston Pizza wanting this survey to happen, saying that they will provide the Switch and games for the contest to happen, and that Boston Pizza will benefit by pulling in more customers in the door. But if I had to boil down into one general statement, what was asked in these questions, I would say that they are collecting data on how certain demographics discovered the original Switch, most likely in hopes that they can reach out to them again for Switch 2. But there's one more point I'd like to speculate on, and that is why Canada of all places? Because if you look at the population of the United States versus the population of Canada, I think it's pretty clear that they probably could have had a lot more data to work with if they would have had a similar contest in the United States. And although that may be true, Nintendo is a sneaky company and they like to work in the background. So even though these are two different countries, if you look at the main characteristics that define culture, such as music, literature, art, social behavior, cuisine, language, all these things, you quickly realize that culturally, the United States and Canada are very similar. Don't get me wrong, yes, there are still differences, that's not what I'm saying, but you get the point. So by Nintendo having a survey like this in Canada, they can still collect a sizable amount of data that they can work with, while also having it kind of hidden all at the same time. But of course, that's just speculation on my end. And if all of this is true, what does this mean for the reveal of the Switch 2? Well, considering that the contest ends on October 1st, pretty much, my guess would be that in the second week of October we will see the first reveal of the Switch 2, and soon after the marketing will begin. But now I want to hear from you. Do you believe that this survey has anything to do with the Switch 2? Or that I'm really just on to nothing and this has nothing to do with the Switch 2? Let me know down in the comments. But until next time, warao!